Department of Agriculture. Thank you for appearing before our committee. So the Fix Our Forests Act that we're going to be considering here today is the first major standalone forestry bill Congress has debated in more than 2 decades, and that's why we look forward to hearing your testimony. We also appreciate the bipartisan work of Senators Hickenlooper, Padilla, Curtis, and Sheehy to introduce a Senate version of the bill. As everyone knows, in the country, earlier this year, wildfires raged across Los Angeles, killing dozens of people, devastating homes and businesses. This spring, wildfires threatened homes and communities in the Carolinas and Georgia. Rising temperatures, drier summers, longer wildfire seasons, and earlier snowmelt are driving these fires as forests depart from their historical conditions. There are growing threats across the nation. We've seen threats to forests in other ways, and in the last Farm Bill, I supported improvements to the Good Neighbor Authority, a bipartisan effort, and the execution of vegetation management projects to reduce wildfire risks. Now the size and scope of these fires and the level of need for forest restoration make it clear that we must do more to improve current tools like the Good Neighbor Authority, and we must invest more in wildfire prevention. In recent years, I've supported additional permitting flexibilities and investments in wildfire risk prevention. As a result of these laws, a record-breaking 4.28 million acres were treated for wildfire last year alone. Unfortunately, we're seeing from this administration cuts to the Forest Service. The recently released budget proposes deep reductions in National Forest System funding, popular programs that strengthen state and private capacity for managing forests, and forestry research. Eliminating the successful bipartisan collaborative forest landscape restoration program is something that the Fix Our Forests Act seeks to improve. And the budget sadly recommends moving wildfire operations out of the USDA's Forest Service. These are concerning proposals that have an impact on lives and livelihoods. Equally concerning, the Forest Service has reportedly lost more than 4,000 employees since January. And while many wildland firefighters have been exempted from workforce reduction initiatives, I'm concerned that many Forest Service employees with so-called red cards have departed the agencies. These employees are crucial. Funding is another important consideration as the committee discussed this important bill, the Fix Our Forests Act. In its latest update on the wildfire crisis strategies implementation, the Forest Service reported that in some areas there's more work to do than workforce capacity. And regardless of what the USDA calls its wildfire strategy, what remains the same is the need for tree thinning and prescribed fire to occur on some acres. The new Wildfire Intelligence Center fireshed assessments, increasing the pace and scale of forest restoration work and reforestation. All of these new authorities demand resources. We can all agree that more active forest management is needed, but we must make sure we have the resources to do it and we keep the employees to do it. And I just want to thank you, Mr. French, for being here. And again, we're really pleased that there's been such good work done on a bipartisan basis, and I'm sure some of our colleagues will be here soon. So now I'm going to introduce you, Mr. French, or should we wait? Okay. Mr. French serves as the Acting Associate Chief for the U.S. Forest Service at USDA. Prior to this assignment, he served as the Deputy Chief of the National Forest System, where he was responsible for policy oversight and direction for natural resource management and public service delivery programs across the 193 million acres of national forests and grasslands in the National Forest System. He has spent a 34-year career, as I mentioned, at USDA, working in a number of positions within the Forest Service, and his testimony today will be invaluable. Again, thank you for being here this afternoon, Mr. French, and you are recognized for your statement, and I know we'll look forward to hearing from Chairman Bozeman. Thank you, Mr. French.